At best, gas leaks waste time and energy. At worst, they can destroy lives and property. Now, thanks to Southern Cross Corporation, the leakage of potentially dangerous natural gases can efficiently be detected with the Model 400 Flame Pack. The Model 400 Hydrogen Flame Ionization Detector, sometimes known as the Flame Pack unit, is designed to detect the presence of hydrocarbons with a unique technology that burns a sample of air and measures the ion content of that sample, thereby detecting the presence of hydrocarbons. The Flame Pack 400 is a very sensitive, economical, single-purpose natural gas leak search instrument. Its lightweight and single-unit design allows one-hand portable operation. There is no need for exterior fuel sources or clumsy electrical lines. It is ideal for checking mains and services, meter sets and risers, and congested areas. The Flame Pack 400 is powered by two readily available 9-volt batteries. In order to detect the presence of gas, the Flame Pack burns a small air sample using a compressed hydrogen-nitrogen mixture as fuel. If hydrocarbons are present, ionization occurs. These ions are then measured by the detection circuitry of the Flame Pack 400. This circuitry is extremely sensitive, detecting hydrocarbon gases at levels as low as 1 part per million. Even though the Flame Pack is designed with user safety and convenience in mind, extreme care should be taken in its use and maintenance. We are now going to review the steps involved in preparing the Flame Pack Model 400 for use. Remember, always refer to your operations and service manual before attempting the maintenance or use of this device. The hydrogen-nitrogen fuel used by the Flame Pack 400 is a high-pressure combustible gas. This fuel must be handled with extreme caution. Remember, no smoking or open flame when fueling the Flame Pack 400. The Flame Pack 400 fuel cylinders must be securely mounted in vehicles, storerooms, or any work areas. Cylinders being transported must have valve protectors installed. Cylinders stored indoors must be in well-ventilated areas. In normal operations, the refill assembly should be removed, cleaned, and stored in its case. If the refill assembly is to remain mounted on the cylinders, it should be covered with a plastic bag. This will prevent dust from settling on the fittings and accidentally being blown into the unit during the refueling operation. Before you begin refueling, there are two things you must do. First, check the fuel spec tag and make sure that you are using 40% hydrogen and 60% nitrogen fuel gas. Next, be sure the Flame Pack 400 is not lit. Now, remove the dust cap and attach the fill assembly to the cylinder. The filling procedure is as follows. 1. Crack the cylinder valve to clear dust. 2. Remove the end cap and connect the Flame Pack 400 to the fill assembly. Remember, never tighten fittings while they are under pressure. 3. Open the cylinder valve slowly. Flame Pack 400 is full when the needle stops. Do not stand in front of the unit while opening the valve. 4. Close the cylinder valve. 5. Open the bleeder valve. 6. Disconnect the Flame Pack 400. 7. Install the end cap. The Flame Pack 400 now has sufficient fuel for use. The two 9-volt batteries should be replaced once a week in order to assure sufficient power for accurate operation. The batteries are weak if the alarm point begins to shift downscale. Remember, make sure the main switch is off before replacing the batteries. The two batteries are located in the handle. To replace these batteries, remove the black handle and take out the old batteries. Be sure to save the piece of foam. Slowly insert the new batteries. Be careful not to damage the contacts. Reinsert the foam between the batteries and reinstall the handle cover. The FlamePack 400 is equipped with two filter holders. Both are located in the sample probe. The primary filter is in the upper housing. The secondary filter is in the lower cone. The primary filter is absolutely essential to proper operation. Use of the secondary filter is optional, but is recommended in dusty environments. These filters should be changed or cleaned daily. They are made of bronze and designed for reuse. They can be washed with soap and water, but must be dried thoroughly before reuse. To replace the upper filter, simply open the housing and take out the filter. Remember, be very careful not to lose any parts, particularly the filter gaskets and O-ring. When installing a new or cleaned filter, be sure that the components are aligned properly. To replace the lower filter, use the Allen wrench provided to remove the plug from the cone. The filter is then easily lifted out. Remember, when installing a new or cleaned filter, be sure the filter components are in the right order and position. If you are in doubt, refer to your operator's manual for the correct positioning of filter components.
The lower cone will accept loosely packed cotton or polyfill. This will prevent false readings when surveying near decaying vegetation. Simply place loosely packed cotton or polyfill in the lower cone after removing any other filters. If cotton or polyfill are used, frequent replacement will be necessary.
After fueling, battery replacement, and filter replacement, the FlamePack 400 must be checked for obvious defects such as damaged or missing parts. First, make sure the exhaust flame arrestor is installed and in good condition. Be sure that the screens are in place. Inspect the sample probe for defects, damage, and obstructions, such as mud in the lower end. Connect the sample probe. It will snap into place when a secure connection is made. Next, open the fuel valve and listen for the fuel flow. If there is no fuel sound present, do not proceed. The test flame will not light without fuel flow. Assuming you have fuel flow and keeping in mind that the flame is not lit, turn the balance knob fully counterclockwise. Turn the switch to the center or on search position. The audible alarm should sound and the visual indicator light should come on, which indicates the flame is not lit. This is known as the flame out condition. If either the light or audible alarm do not work, the FlamePack 400 must be serviced. Press the igniter in order to start the flame. Both the audible alarm and visual indicator should go off. This indicates that the flame is lit and the unit is working properly. If either fails to go off, the FlamePack 400 must be serviced. Rotate the balance knob clockwise until the alarm sounds. Then rotate the knob counterclockwise to just below the alarm point. Allow the unit to warm up for 5 minutes before attempting a survey. This will allow the FlamePack 400's electronic components to fully stabilize. A response test is necessary on every startup and any time leaks are not found as expected. 1. Start the FlamePack 400 and allow ample warm-up time. 2. Attach valve and cone to 50 parts per million test cylinder. 3. Zero the meter in clean outside air. The surrounding hydrocarbon level must be relatively low in order to get a near full-scale reading using 50 parts per million test gas. 4. Place the probe intake into the cone. 5. Open the test gas valve slightly. The meter should read at the maximum scale setting. 6. Close the test gas valve. If you still cannot obtain acceptable readings, then have the unit serviced before use.
As an alternative, you may use the 50 parts per million test kit with its quick, convenient aerosol can. Each can weighs less than 5 ounces and contains enough gas for 40 tests. First, zero the meter in clean air. Next, insert the can nozzle into the intake cone and release a short burst of gas. Now the meter on the flame pack should read at or near full scale. This means the flame pack is functioning properly. The reading you get may vary due to background hydrocarbon levels.
During any survey for gas leaks, be sure to keep the meter adjusted just below the alarm point. It is extremely important that this setting be continuously monitored during the survey. Every survey is different and requires slightly different sensitivity settings. Keep the meter as close to the alarm point as practical in order to assure maximum detection sensitivity. The search range of the FlamePack 400 is 50 parts per million over the scale. The scale is delineated in microamps up to a high value of 100 microamps. This means that 1 part per million of organic gas is measured as 2 microamps. When the meter is maintained at 2 microamps below the alarm point, it will take only 1 part per million to cause the alarm to sound. This is the true detection sensitivity of the FlamePack 400. The FlamePack 400 is provided with a wrist strap which should be used throughout the survey. This will greatly reduce the chances of accidental damage during operations. In normal use, the intake cone of the probe should be allowed to drag on the ground. The only exception would be the presence of decaying vegetation or wet conditions. Surveying should take place at normal walking speed. The operator should pause at likely leak locations and likely venting locations in the vicinity of the pipeline. Every visual indication of a leak, such as dead vegetation, should be checked carefully. Under no circumstances should you ever enter an explosive atmosphere while using the FlamePack 400. Leaks may be centered by pushing the switch to the spring-loaded forward position. This turns off the alarm and changes the indicator to the 5,000 parts per million range. This helps the operator center the location of the greatest concentration of gas. The probe stiffener lets the operator extend his reach. To use the stiffener, loosen the friction lock nut at the top of the probe and push down. Meter sets can be checked for leaks by passing the cone around the mechanical connections and seams of the housing. Above ground and overhead piping can be checked by testing the mechanical connections. When shutting down the FlamePack 400, place your thumb over the lower cone opening. This will stop airflow and put out the fire. Both the audio and visual alarm should come on as flameout occurs. Turn the switch to the off position and close the fuel flow valve. It will take a few seconds for the fuel flow to completely stop. It is important to clean the unit prior to storage. At the very least, the exterior should be wiped with a clean cloth to remove dirt and perspiration. Remember, dirt on the outside has a bad habit of making its way to the inside of the unit. Always store the unit in its carrying case. For a more thorough cleaning, refer to the detailed instructions in the service manual. The manual also contains proper procedures for routine maintenance. You, the operator of the FlamePack 400, are performing an important job, one that provides a valuable service to your community as well as your company. Your commitment to proper detection techniques is absolutely essential for an accurate survey. No leak survey technology is guaranteed to find all the leaks all the time. However, if you will take the time to do the following. 1. Keep needle set to just below the alarm point. 2. Keep the cone close to the ground. 3. Use your knowledge of line locations and venting points. Specifically test all likely leak locations with special attention given to known visual indicators. If you do these 3 things, you will be assured of the most thorough survey possible. The Southern Cross FlamePack 400 is a sophisticated testing instrument that is simple and easy to use. It will provide years of efficient service with proper maintenance and operational procedures. The FlamePack Model 400 is the standard in gas leak detection.